We'll begin with a few words from Psalm 16. I have set the eternal always before me. God is at my side. I shall not be moved. Shiviti Adonai lenegdi tamid, imimini balemo. Lachen samach libi vayagel kevodi, af besari yishkon lapetah. Ki lo tazov nafshi lishol, lo titen chasidcha lirot shachar. Todieni orach yamin, orach hayim, sova simachot et panecha, neimot bimin chanetzach. Shiviti Adonai lenegdi tamid, ki mimini bal emot. Adonai, what are we that you have regard for us? What are we that you are mindful of us? We are like a breath. Our days are like a passing shadow. We come and go like grass, which in the morning shoots up, renewed, and in the evening fades and withers. You cause us to turn to dust, saying, Return, O mortal creatures. Would that we were wise, that we understood whither we are going. Death has taken our beloved Eleanor. Our friends grieve in their darkened world. In their silence, there is lamentation. In their tears, there is loneliness. Loss is their sorrow. May they find the presence of loved ones. Hear them, O God. Be with them. For Eleanor's love that united us in life, and which death cannot sever. For her companionship that we shared along life's path, and which continues through the tenderness of memory. For the gifts of her heart and mind, that brought us to joy and happiness, and is now a precious remembrance. For all these and more, we give our thanks to God. We turn now to Psalm 23. If you are familiar, I invite you to recite it with me. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He guideth me in straight paths for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou hast anointed my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. O God, you have been our refuge in every generation. Before the mountains came into being, before you brought forth the earth and the world, from eternity to eternity, you are God. You return us to dust. You decree return, you mortals. For in your sight 1,000 years are as yesterday when it has passed, as you watch in the night. You engulf us in sleep. We are like grass that renews itself at daybreak. It flourishes anew. At dusk it withers and dries up. The span of our life is there 80 years and 10, or given strength 80. But the best of those years have trouble and sorrow. They pass by speedily, and we are in darkness. Teach us, therefore, so to number our days, that we may attain a heart of wisdom. Eshet Chayil, mi imtza, a woman of valor, who can find? She is more precious than fine pearls. Her husband trusted in her, and so he lacked nothing. She does him good, never harm, all the days of her life. She perceives that her labor is rewarding. Her candle burns on into the night. She reaches out to those in need and extends her hand to the poor. She is clothed in strength and dignity, and she faces the future cheerfully. She speaks with wisdom. The law of kindness is on her lips. Her children rise up and bless her. Her husband sings her praises. Many daughters have done valiantly, but you excel them all. In his sorrow, Job cried out, Adonai Natan v'Adonai lakach, Yehi Shem Adonai mevorach. God has given, and God has taken away. Bless the name of God. We are here today to mourn the loss of our beloved mother, aunt, and grandmother, Eleanor Moritz. Eleanor's son Mark and daughter-in-law Rachel Kay told me that she was born in Cleveland in 1924 in a house on Kinsman and attended Glenville High School. Eleanor met her beloved Leon at the early age of 16, and they married a couple of years later, just 8 days before Eleanor's 18th birthday. Although rumors circulated that she was getting married because she might be pregnant, that wasn't the case. At the age of 21, Leon had enlisted to serve in the Army during World War II and wanted to tie the knot before shipping off to war. As it turns out, Leon was ineligible to serve because he was deaf in one ear. Earlier in her life, Eleanor was very much into dance. Not just any dance, she liked to tap dance on roller skates. One time she passed out from the exertion and her mother Annie said, "No more dancing," and so ended Eleanor's dancing career. I'm told that Eleanor also had a proclivity for writing in backwards cursive, so that it could only be read in a mirror, and that she could write this way with either hand. Such eclectic talents. Eleanor and Leon enjoyed working flea markets together, selling tchotchkes that they bought once a year in New York. We are reminded of Leon's business name, Leon's Place, by the inscription on the gravestone. In addition to working together with Leon in his business, Eleanor was a devoted wife and loving mother, not only to Mark, but to all of Mark's friends as well, from the Fairmount Performing Arts Center. She was known as the liberal mom to all she embraced as her own. While Eleanor's marriage to Leon wasn't always picture perfect, she worked hard to create an environment of normalcy and stability for her family, even though there were at times internal struggles. Eleanor and Leon were married for 67 long years, a testament to their mutual commitment. So much so that they were known as Eleanon to their friends. Later in life, Eleanor worked at Bobby Brooks Clothing, at the TRW, where she did research in their legal library. Being a part of the Jewish community was also very important to Eleanor. Being a member of Temple Emmanuel to the end was a part of her identity. Sadly, Eleanor lost a dear friend of over 50 years recently, Rita Stern. When Eleanor was finally blessed with grandchildren, she and Rita would relish every opportunity to dote over Sarah, threatening to eat her alive on several occasions. Rachel told me that it gave Eleanor such nachas and a sense of completion to spend time with her grandchildren, especially when Rachel and the kids lived in her home for the first 3 months that they were in Cleveland. Eleanor was predeceased by her oldest sister, Yetta Crystal, sister Faye Orzan, and brother Joseph Orloff. Some of their children are here today, and we would like to especially thank Howard and Jay Orzan, Joseph Moritz, and Sarah Moritz for honoring Eleanor's memory by serving as pallbearers today. Niece Linda Orzan has been described to me as Eleanor's best friend and savior. Linda would help Eleanor with her hair, her nails, paperwork, anything she needed, and considered Eleanor as another mother. Late in life, Eleanor dealt with long-term dementia, and when Mark and I spoke in October, he told me that it had already been a month since they had seen each other face to face. While FaceTime can help us stay connected, we can only imagine how hard it must have been to be separated physically. Eleanor has returned to be by Leon's side. May they both be buying and selling the best tchotchkes together for eternity at Leon's place. Mark, would you like to say a few words?
So, Cantor's closing line, I didn't give that to him, so bravo for that. That was well done. I just did want to say a couple of things. And I just wanted to thank you all for being here. You all have been very important in my mom's life, and particularly this woman sitting here, Linda, and her husband, but every one of you. And I know it's a loss for all of us. I did want to say I did want to say that my mother probably chose to pass now because she always hated needles and she heard that vaccine was on the way. But I did want to honor everybody here, and that's why I wrote it down more on. I guess what I want to say is, as sad as this occasion is, I am grateful. I always am about being grateful, and I'm very grateful that Eleanor got to know her grandchildren. As I told the Cantor, she never thought that I would ever find anyone on this planet, let alone be married to someone as wonderful as Rachel, and I honor her for being a daughter to my mother. And we're a very special family. We're very, very, very unique. And I honor Rachel, and I honor my children, and I honor myself for making that happen. And a lot of it was for my mom. And my mom adored all of you. And I'm grateful she passed now. I believe it was her time. Some of us told her it was okay. And she is with Leon, and yes, she will be with Leon at Leon's place, and all of her other family and loved ones. My mother's soul, my mother's heart stopped when Leon died. And she stayed alive for these two children more than anything on the planet. So thank you all for being here. I'm not promoting, but I will tell you that on Tuesday, and I'll send you all and other friends the information, but there will be a Zoom memorial, and I'll give you that information so everyone has an opportunity to share. But thank you very, very much for being here. I love you all. Thank you. And thank you, Cantor.
Praise you, Judge of truth, who ordains death and summons us to life. Help us to feel your presence in this time of trouble, so that we may declare that God is upright, our rock in whom there is no unrighteousness. Adonai natan v'Adonai lakach, Yehi Shem Adonai nevarach. God gave, God has taken away. Blessed be the name of God. Time, we will respectfully lower the casket to its eternal resting place. And for those who wish, they may come forward for a moment of silence to offer some words. Or, if you wish, you may also. Do we have any?
Earth. Yes. Yes.
All right. So, if you wish to observe the traditional Jewish tradition of participating in the great honor of honoring our departed Eleanor one last time in a selfless act, you may add some earth on top of the casket. El Mekoma Tavo B'Shalom. May Eleanor come to her eternal home in peace.
Some people just choose to use their hands. Other people use the shovel. Whatever you're most comfortable with. One for those that have gone before, and one for those that can't be with your family.
Thank you for that.
Please remain standing now as we recite El Malei. Rachamim, shochein mamromim, aמצא מנוחה נכונה תחת כנפי השכינה, עם קדושים וטהורים, כזוהר הרקיע מזהירים. את נשמת אלקבת הרשל וחנה שהלכה לעולמה, בעל הרחמים הרחמים, יסתיריה בסתר כנפיו לעולמים, ויצרור בצרור החיים את נשמתה. אדוני הוא נחלתה ותנוח בשלום על משכבה, ונאמר Amen. If you would refer to your card, we'll recite the Mornis Kaddish together. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabba, v'yalma divrach yirutei, v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehei shemei Rabba mevarach le'alam u'lalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yit'a'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'ale v'yithalal, shemei v'kudsha b'richu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran v'alma v'imru Amen. Yehei shlama Rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru Amen. Our service has concluded. You may wish to stay for a moment and